Good morning and welcome back to Miniature Monday here on Gaming with ADHD, where for once I went live right on time. I don't know, maybe I'm coming down with something. The gamer flu, I don't know. Whatever. I'm here, folks. I'm sorry. I went to sleep. That's why we didn't do it at our regular time. So obviously it's an interesting day. Anyways, let's see. I did not have a gaming weekend. I've been really slowing down on that. I tried to have one of my kids build some miniatures. Or actually, I was going to build some miniatures, and I couldn't find my glue, and it turned out that one of my kids had stolen it and not returned it. He also doesn't live in the house, so it's not as easy to return it. Anyway, anyway, I'm a mess. You know what? I've got nothing. I'm gonna flip the camera over because I got nothing. So give me just a second. Let me figure out how I'm doing. There we go. Look at that. And yes, today I am continuing Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. As you can tell, I am, how shall we say, super excited for this. Like it's weird because like I'm kind of excited. Like I think I did well the other day. We got a good amount of paint down. Figured out the coloring that I need to use. So now it's just a matter of cleaning these up because some of the tan paint layer doesn't quite look right. You can see the brush strokes. It's not good. Anyways, I'm actually kind of hoping to have these done this week. I mean, it's not a complicated paint scheme. It's tan, gray, some metal, a little bit of detail. I guess I should zoom in. Be a little professional about this. But we got tan, gray, some metallic in spots, a little bit of red trim, and some cockpit. If I go crazy, I'll do the little hazard stripes around the feet. But essentially, that's it. So I can like. Anyways, I don't know if I'll necessarily finish this week, but it would be kind of interesting if I did. Mostly because my friend that I'm painting it for just wants it done by the end of the year. And that would put me like super ahead of the game. Anyway, so Seraphis, this is for Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. That is the only paint scheme that he wants for all of his miniatures. And he's purchased almost all of the clan stuff. The only stuff he doesn't have is the Alpha Strike box. So they're the only clan mechs that he's missing. Which I should talk to him. There's a decent Black Friday deal. Split it with him and I'll take the Inner Sphere mechs. Yes, Beta Wolves. There you go. Didn't even think about it that way. You know what? Before I forget about it, anyway, there we go. Haha. You know. Oh, ADHD. Because, yeah, I just realized that's, like, the only clan stuff that's not in his collection that I haven't... And so I haven't painted that in Wolf Beta Galaxy colors. Like, I should actually... I should get some pictures of just the whole thing. Maybe after I finish this one, and if I get the Alpha Strike box for him. Like, I have the Alpha Strike box for me. But we'll see if he wants to do it. He's got some cash flow issues. Not necessarily his fault, but, you know, cash flow issue. Anyhow, so how was everyone else's weekend? My son had his baby shower. I had to brave a Costco at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning. Seriously, that was... Normally we go Friday night, and even Friday night's pretty busy. Apparently other people think Friday date night grocery shopping is not a bad idea. And but Saturday morning, dear Lord, you've got to hate yourself if you go to Costco on a Saturday morning. Like, I can understand if that's the only time you can go, but I am of the firm belief that if that's the only time you can go, you did not plan properly the rest of the week. I'd go Saturday afternoon. I'd go Friday evening. I'd go any weekday during the evening. Saturday morning, that was horrible. All right, I need a slightly larger brush. My brushes are kind of trash. Not gonna lie. Well, some of my brushes are trash. Like brushes that I'm gonna use for like I'm not caring about being careful. Like I know I'm gonna have to do some cleanup after that. You know, I'm willing. I'm willing to use like a crappy brush for something like this. You're fine, Seraphis. No, I don't mind Costco. I've done Costco my whole life. But yeah, Saturday morning, that is... It's been so long since I've gone on a Saturday morning that I didn't quite realize how horrible it was. You dislike the Costco. You dislike a lot of things that shouldn't be disliked. Costco's amazing. I don't know why you feel the need to defame the Costco. Anyhow, let's see. What else did I do? I picked up the Star Wars Age of Rebellion RPG. Like, the last time I looked at it, like, okay, trying to figure out the dice mechanic hurt my brain. And I know there's going to be a lot of other people that are just going to trash talk the game just right out the gate. I get it. I absolutely get it. That's fine. But looking at how much material they've made for that game over the years, they must have good sales on it. So I don't think... Hey, Malachi. Hey, Mundo. The good word is I'm just talking about whatever today. Complained about going to Costco on a Saturday morning for a while. And then I switched topics into the Star Wars role-playing game. Because So I think I'm kind of like I want to get all the core books. So I have Edge of the Empire, I have Age of Rebellion. So Edge of the Empire is like the Smuggler's Edition. Age of Rebellion is like the quote-unquote X-Wing Pilot Edition. And then they have Force and Destiny, which is the Jedi Knight Edition. I don't know why. I mean, okay. The funny thing is, it's technically Warhammer's fault that they made the game that way. Because Games Workshop did the... Oh, what did they call it? Games Workshop did the 40K role-playing game. Good morning, Steven. And Dark Heresy. Dark Heresy. That's the name. So they did Dark Heresy, which was an investigator game, which for a 40K setting, I actually think that makes sense. It's Inquisitors, stuff like that. And then they upped the power a little bit, and they did Rogue Trader. And then they upped the power a lot, and they did Space Marine, essentially basically saying that even though the game system was the same, like, Space Marine characters are on such a completely different level that they really shouldn't be in the same game as Inquisitor level characters. So that's why they had it split up that way. And so then, but Games Workshop started it, and then Fantasy Flight took it over. And so when they did Star Wars, they kind of just took that methodology and applied it to Star Wars. So, but I'm not sure that Star Wars is the best fit for that, because you want Jedi characters mixing with your smugglers, mixing with your X-Wing pilots. So, I don't know. Short answer, I'm kind of bound and determined to, like, do a bit of a deep dive and take a look at those. Morning, Grim. That is literally like the 5th time that that's happened today. Luckily, they're plastic miniatures, and I'm not worried about them breaking. Are you Malachi, are you talking for Star Wars, or are you talking for Warhammer? Because I would just, I don't think they needed to be separated. I think they just saw that they were making a ton of money with the 40K role-playing doing it that way, and decided to do the same with Star Wars. Hey, HS Lefevre. Okay. Okay. I'm guessing that was German originally. Real quick, because it's a quick question. For houses, I prefer Federated Commonwealth. Yes, I said that correctly. But I would have to say, if I had to pick one, I would say House Davian. But these are, I'm being painted for a friend of mine, and he wants Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. But normally when I paint Battletech, it's just all over the place, whatever I feel like painting. Usually it's unique pilots with custom paint jobs, so I'm rarely, if ever, doing batch painting like this. Mundo, your question about Elon Musk and D&D is that it's nothing. That's the simple answer. Basically, Elon Musk made a post on Twitter complaining about Wizards of the Coast. And because the last time he did that, he said, I should buy Twitter. And then even more recently, he's like, I should buy MSNBC. So he's made overtures to buy companies that kind of irritate him. So for Wizards, really all he said was, you shouldn't disparage, right, like Malachi said, there's no reason to disparage Gary Gygax and the creators of Dungeons & Dragons, because they they put out this 50th anniversary book and essentially just trashed Arneson and Gygax. But the thing is, this was also months ago. So Elon's just seeing it now. And so everybody's like, oh, Elon Musk is going to buy Hasbro, or Elon Musk is going to buy Wizards of the Coast. And it's like, no, folks. He's made no, implications that he is interested in owning a toy company. A television television channel, tech companies, he's all over it. He doesn't give two craps about Wizards of the Coast as a company. Yeah, I absolutely agree, Malachi. He's not. I doubt he'd even buy MSNBC. He might buy MSNBC as a joke. Just because it can be got for so cheap. But who knows? We'll see. Oh, HLS Lefevre is a Steiner separatist since Katrina. No, Katrina didn't marry the Davian prince. Melissa married... Wait. Yeah, no, Katrina was the mom. Melissa was the daughter who was married to Hans Davian, in a political marriage. But yeah, you're right. Good, fluffy histories. So... yeah, like Seraphis, I'd be totally fine saying I was a fan of Steiner. If they didn't have all the Catherine baggage. Dear Lord. The fact that they bought her line, that says a lot about them people, if you know what I'm saying. Like seriously, like reading the books is like, how? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, how could the people be that stupid? Did they not know what was going on? And then I look at everything that's happening, not just in the United States, but I'll add England and Australia and France and, you know, the Netherlands, and like, I'm just gonna say all governments. Like, none of the governments are listening to people. You know, the UK and Netherlands, here, we're going to tax the farmers out of existence because they're just greedy, holding on to land and not giving it to me. Do you want to eat? Because I mean, I get it if you don't want to eat. Yo. Don't want to eat. That's totally fine. But I would like to eat. Yo. It's a mess. Anyway, so yes, I guess it is totally believable that Catherine could worm her way in to taking over the kingdom just to help her poor big brother, who's so busy trying to save everyone that he just gets distracted sometimes. She was just doing her patriotic duty to support him. Now, just because he turned into a turd and no longer deserved to live, I mean, who was she to not step up? You know? It's a simple story. It makes sense. Catherine did nothing wrong. Catherine did everything wrong. Yeah. Sorry, folks. I did not mean to go all political there for a second. I mean, I know I don't really hide my politics, but I also don't really wear them on a sleeve. So I apologize for being a little too blunt. It's a paint stream. We paint, we chill. It's a good time. Good times had by all. So like this guy, I'm going to do a little different. Go back and rewind, Malachi. If you really want to hear the rant. It was like a 10-second rant. Don't worry about it. But you can go back. YouTube will let you rewind. Anyways, because this thing's kind of got that Black Hawk thing going in where the legs come in on the side of the body. I'm just gonna paint the. I'm not gonna have a gray lower body. The torso is just gonna be all brown like it normally is. Anyhow. It was kind of funny, though. Yeah, I still don't like that part of the story. Like I realize that nothing is ever, clean and easy, and like if they had just left it, then eventually, like, because let's be honest, they'd already joined Davian and Steiner, and then Karita Victor ended up in a relationship with Omi. So then you've got a justification for combining the Federated Commonwealth and House Karita. Not that it would go cleanly or easily, but there would be a justification for it. You have and so then your problem is, okay, so how do you link in Merrick and Lau, which Merrick is easy. You just have the people vote to join this new Star League with the Federated Combine Commonwealth. Because obviously they're too massive. And then just because I actually think it would happen this way, but also it's funnier to say because, Max Liao is a friend. But the Capellan Confederation would just get devoured. It's like, nope, we're done with this. And just once you've got those four together, then you just pinch her in and squish. Even the Free Rosselhog Republic, I would say that they just collapse economically and and surrender back to the they just become again a vassal, another vassal state. That is how I would have rebuilt the Star League. If I were in charge of the story. Crap, which one did I use? I think I used Smokescreen. Did I use Smokescreen? I don't remember. So, probably a really unpopular take, as far as BattleTech goes, but that's how I'd run it. I was about to also include, at that point we would also just like eliminate the clans. But then I realized that the clans are pretty much required, because otherwise there's no reason that Victor and Omi ever meet. Victor would still be friends with Kai, which is technically an in towards the Capellan Confederation joining up, basically depose all the crazy people in charge in the Capellan Confederation. And then Kai can come in, because while he's not a direct heir, you know, you could make the justification that everyone else is cuckoo crazy pants, and his family is the only one that's marginally stable. So he's friends with Victor, so nominally it would be an independent state. You know, if they did depose Max Liao and Sun Tzu Liao, you then get then at some point you could have a son or daughter of Kai Liao, who's then married off to, to join in the Capellan Confederation. Join the Capellan Confederation to the FedComs. And I'm going to take it by all y'all's silence that you completely agree with me and you think that the Gaming with ADHD Battletech timeline is the best timeline. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll be here all week. Try the veal. What's a Battletech? Mundo, I have no idea what you're talking about. I completely agree, Seraphis. And he was written out, and they gave it to what's his bucket? Alaric Ward instead. Because plot armor.
Yeah.
That wouldn't surprise me, Mundo. I hear they're going. Hear they're going to do a Super Bowl ad this year. It's probably going to suck compared to the olden days of GoDaddy. But it wouldn't surprise me if they do that. Yeah, dude. Like any of those commercials from the early any of the GoDaddy commercials from like 2005 on until the founder left the company. Once he left the company, they were horrible. The commercials, that is. Yes, folks, you're joining me for cleanup day on all of these mechs. I know. It's super exciting. Alright, so what other esoteric pieces of Battletech lore would you like me to opine on, folks? Oh, here's one for you. I think the Wars of Reaving were a dumber story than the Ill Clan era. Wars of Reaving were absolutely stupid. My stance on lambs. I have never played with them. I am not opposed to them, but you won't see me rushing to put them in a game. Part of the reason being, I don't think they fit very well. Battletech is an anime. The mechs aren't supposed to play that way. They're walking tanks. They're slow. Even the fast ones, let's be honest, they're slow. Like, there's a reason that even like super modern aircraft are very vulnerable to small arms fire. It's a weight issue. You know, even, and so you want to try and make this walking tank able to transform and fly. I mean, let's be honest, the only reason that they actually exist in the game is because they were using the Macross mechs, which could do it. If they just went off of Crusher Joe or Dugram or whatever, those don't have transforming mechs, and so it wouldn't have been an issue. So I won't tell anyone to ignore them. They're not even like they're not even unfeasible, as in like, well, that would never be done. Look at some of the military technology that humanity has attempted up until now. If you're already using giant robots, making one that transforms into a plane, like okay, perfect example, the Osprey. We already have helicopters, so why do we need something like an Osprey? Well, an Osprey can travel, significantly longer distances than a helicopter, but then it ends up with kind of the same function as a helicopter. It can take in troops. It can, do close air support. It can do all those things that a helicopter can do, but at much greater range and much greater endurance. So from a mech perspective, I mean, okay, yeah, you've got your, okay, even your fast mechs are normally going 100 kilometers an hour, maybe. Like an average mech, something with like a 9 or 10 run speed. But that's your run speed, which you're not going to push it at. So if you're just walking, like it's not like the enemy knows you're coming. He's quite ready for you when you get there. And so, a land air mech makes sense because, okay, I can fly in much faster from much farther away, theoretically evade ground defenses, and I'm still a mech and can go toe-to-toe with conventional troops. That's why you'd run something like a land air mech. It's not a brawler. It's a strike team. Yeah, like land air mechs should be like the Navy SEALs, quote unquote, or the Delta Force, or Special Air Service, or whatever you want to call it. That's what land air mechs should be doing. A Gundam style that like has a plane that attaches to it. I don't understand the want for that. Because then you've essentially got two different craft. But you don't really get like you would lose the advantages of being a land air mech. So I would have to vote no on that one. Like, it's not necessarily bad from like a recon unit perspective, but there's a whole lot of why, at least in BattleTech terms. So I would say no to that. So yeah, I going back since I answered the questions, I just think I absolutely think the Wars of Reaving were just, I don't know who came up with that idea, but it was stupid. Like, I could understand a clan civil war. Inner Sphere had a civil war. Clans have a civil war. Why not? You know, the invasion doesn't work. The invasion doesn't work. Then there are the tainted clans. So all of the home clans go nuts. You know, expel all of the clans that invaded the Inner Sphere. You know, like, start a civil war to actually like eliminate them, but not just kick them out of the clan homeworlds. Just like, they should have been trying to eliminate them completely. The fact that they then created a new clan, I was like, why? You already have the homeworld clans fighting to maintain resources. why are they then going to decide, hey, now's the time to stand up a whole new society? Yeah, clan who gives a crap. I mean, like, from a story perspective, like, honestly, at this point, I would be in favor of, you know, Alaric to secure his holdings, goes to the clan homeworlds with all of the inner sphere clans and just raffle stomps them. Just go nuts. Eliminate all of them, and then the only clans left are the ones still in the inner sphere, and then Catalyst adopts Project Zukov as gospel. Steve, if you're there in chat, yes. I think you have a better story than Catalyst. So, I would very much prefer to see that. Seriously, like Stone Lion. I don't mind the name. The name's kind of cool. But again, just bad timing. No need for a new like they're already eliminating clans. None of the clans are going to, you know, participate in their own schism while this civil war is going on. God, I'm angry about that storyline. Like, I forgive Ill Clan. I'm actually okay with it. Partly because in my head it was always kind of inevitably going to go that way anyways. Not that I'm reading anything modern, but whatever. Hey, Francois, how you doing, sir? But yeah, Wars of Reaving, of all of them, Wars of Reaving was the dumbest post-FASA storyline. I'm even okay with Dark Age. I played so much MechWarrior clicks, or Battletech clicks, or whatever you want to call it. Hell, I still have some. I've painted some on stream. Alright, so that's one thing that I need to get set up. I've thought about this for a while now. A store where I'll sell you Mech Warrior Infantry. The old click base infantry, about 1.5 inches around. They're a little out of scale, but it's infantry. They're tiny anyways, so who cares? It's perfectly fine for BattleTech. You can fit a squad onto a hex base, and you're fine. Anyways, a Forge World Eldar Cobra. There you go. I do think Forge World still makes good stuff, but I kind of miss the days of, like, Forge World stuff being, like, cool and rare. And if you had Forge World, that's, like in your area, that was rare. Nobody else had that. Like conversion bits or vehicles that like existed in the lore, but Games Workshop was never going to make them. And everybody else caught on and like, hey, I'm going to make my own resin kits. And so Games Workshop was like, fine, those things don't exist anymore. Really? That was annoying. But I still remember those days. Those were good days. When I was a Games Workshop Outrider, and I would help out at Games Day, that was actually one of the cool things, is that Forge World would be there, and we got discounts, and I miss those days. I was younger then. Yeah, it's really rare to see them just like actually being used. So they're definitely for the niche hobbyist. That's fair. That's totally fair. Now, playing Apocalypse, do you prefer like official GW stuff? Because like that's the other thing with 3D printing now. Like, there's some good stuff out there. Like I saw some dude that is 3D printing an Imperator class Titan. Like, when it's done, it's supposed to be 6 foot tall. And I am completely in favor of that. Yeah, see, I will admit I am totally okay with 3D printing. Like, kind of one of my semi-dream projects at the moment. Mostly because it would be fun, but it would also be ridiculous. A buddy of mine resin printed a BattleTech dropship at mech scale. And the thing was massive. I know, Seraphis. Shocking. Shocking, I say. Anyways, so he 3D printed a mech scale Union dropship for a guy. Now, he used resin, which did look really good in some cases, but it also didn't quite come out right, because like resin, especially at large scale, kind of shrinks and anyways, it's a little more difficult to work with. Now, I don't need a resin version, but I think an FDM version would be just dandy. Okay, so all right, so Francois, that I respect. That I respect. Like non-pirate stuff. Totally agree. What I'm talking about is like Raging Heroes, okay, or Heroes Infinite, okay. They do their own sculpts, their own counts as kind of stuff. Like I can totally get behind no piracy. But for counts as stuff, like it's somebody else's design, somebody else, like, okay, at the end of the day, we know it's a Warhound, but it's different enough from the Games Workshop Warhound, you know, to be legally distinct. Me personally, I would be okay with that. Because there are some amazing models out there. Games Workshop does well, but are not the end-all be-all. So, like for me, like Necromunda, like the official Necromunda stuff is fine, and I've bought all the rule books. What's up, Coco? I bought all the Necromunda rule books, but I found this group doing 3D printer files for the gangs, and I actually much prefer their gangs over the official ones. You know, and they're different and distinct enough that I would be okay using them personally. Now, I totally understand that's your game, your table. I was just curious in you know, the sense of conversation. And I don't know if any of you can hear the metronome in the background, but clearly the band is practicing. Because yeah, even with BattleTech, it's like I don't want a I don't want somebody making a 3D model off of, yeah, just like scanning. Hey, Cody. Yeah, see, okay. See, we are totally on, I think we're on the same page. I think we're on the same page. And even having access to counts as stuff doesn't mean you can necessarily 3D print it anyways. Like, I get a bunch of stuff that's 3D printer capable, but like the capabilities, like, okay, so say I was to do a mech scale dropship. You know, like I need a bigger printer to do it. And so I'm actually considering it if I can get one for a good price, which I might. And it would have about double the print volume. Yeah, see, I do not have those modeling skills. So yeah. I mean, and like, yeah, and like, again, that's fine. I totally understand those things, especially because, like, you know, you want stuff as accurate. You also, you know, you don't want to feel like, oh, I just spent $500 to get this thing, and bro's walking up with the $20 China cast of the same thing. I can understand. I absolutely understand taking that stance. And if you are opposite of that stance, folks, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm just saying I can understand it. Wait, Cody, you're doing a stream later? What the? What did I miss? What did I miss? Oh, very cool. Who's playing? Okay, by the way, folks, if you're not subscribed to GM Cody, which, here, we'll do this. Nice, cool. I will try to check it out. But folks, Cody is still not 1,000 subscribers. Go fix this. Especially because I was there when Cody picked up Dragonbane. So I know he's excited. Like, in the same day, we went, like, he found it at a used bookstore, picked it up. Went to the actual game store, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to get the bestiary. So, I know he's excited about it. Hey, Marshall. On the menu today is all of that. Clan Wolf Beta Galaxy. 15 mechs. 4 vehicles. Yeah, no, dude. Francois, you do not have to justify yourself at all, sir. Like, I absolutely get that. I have 0 modeling skills in that regard. Like, oh, who was it? Somebody was asking, they're like, oh, it was Grim. Grim sent me this thing. She's like, have you ever tried doing this? And it was like re-sculpting an elf on the shelf into like a face hugger or something. First off, creepy as all get out. And second off, totally out of my wheelhouse. So, yeah. How often do I misplace a bit? I don't. The worst that ever happens is I'll clip a bit and it's like super tiny, and then I drop it. And it's basically black on the floor. So it's like, get out the phone, turn on the flashlight, whole 9 yards, because it's I'm hoping I didn't lose it. Give me 1 second, folks. I need to check something. All right. Go get up. So yeah, I'm usually pretty good, but I also like, I don't cut out more I don't cut out more than what I need. So like this model needs bits 1, 2, and 3. And so I just cut out 1, 2, and 3, work on those, assemble, and go. Or like if I'm doing like a full kit, then you know, like I only cut out the parts for that set of instructions. So step 1 is parts 1, 2, and 3. Step 2 is parts 5, 6, and 9. And so I just pull the parts that I need as I'm going. And generally, I don't have any issues losing stuff that way. All right. So now comes another exciting part. Painting metal for joints and barrels and other such stuff. Man, I don't know why I hate batch. Am I weird for hating batch painting? Because I feel like I shouldn't dislike it as much as I do. But like seriously, I don't know why. Oh, thanks, Mundo. Cody, you're at 664. I see it. I see it. You enjoy paint. Oh, that is interesting, Marshall. Okay, I enjoy painting the backs and try to do extra well on them because I have to stare at mechs' backs all game. I had never considered it from that perspective. That's kind of funny. Yeah, first of all, I'm kind of like you. Like, this isn't too bad because I'm dealing with 15 unique mechs. The vehicles are 2 different designs, so 2 of each, but that's not too bad. Why are children so weird?
Mom. Know it, Mom.
Hey.
You're on drugs.
All right, let's get a couple of different brushes out. Mundo, I keep forgetting to get the brush holder out. Seraphis, I would like it in a hexadecimal format. So Marshall, I will say I do find that interesting. An interesting perspective on how to approach painting. Although I will admit, to me, the backs are never that detailed. So I do sort of wonder what the detail would be. Okay. That is interesting. I'd literally never considered doing it that way. I probably still won't, because I'm a little stubborn. But I still find it interesting. Yeah. Yes, admittedly, on a locust, there is not a whole lot of back detail.
You're so dead.
Shh. Hold on, bring it here.
You just told me to shush, so I didn't know that she wanted it or not.
No, I do want it, but
Again,
hold on.
Mom's gonna kill you.
No, she's not if you keep your mouth shut. Hold on, come here. Hey. All right, we're taking a small intermission, folks.
Unboxing video.
No unboxing video.
Unboxing live stream.
Sort of. Ooh.
For spending so much money.
Shh. Heroes Unlimited T-shirt.
I bet there's only a limited amount of those.
Oh my god.
Get it?
Go put that out in the recycle, please.
You just wanted me to be your garbage man, did you?
Oh my gosh, Ethan, just shut up. Wait. All right. And then we got China 1.
Oh, sorry. Am I too loud for you? Am I disturbing your segment? Sorry, this is payment. Oh no! Oh no!
I've literally got nothing, folks. Anyways, China 1, China 2, Secrets of the Atlanteans, and Aliens Unlimited. Holy crap. Holy crap! Okay. I don't know what any of you think about the Palladium role-playing games. But that's from their Christmas surprise box. Yes, Francois. They just get more and more weird when you don't take the time to occasionally slap it out of them. You're not wrong. Anyways, that was like $130 worth of stuff for 60 plus shipping. Holy crap. If you're interested, give them a look. I'm gonna do an actual review. Oh, in my last box, I got this guy. a Coalition Sky Cycle. Eventually I will get to that, but I gotta get these done. Anyhow, all right, where were we? Cool. I'm very excited. So in the circle that I run in, Francois, Legion of Myth, GM Cody, Bear, Palladium's kind of a big thing. And quite a bit of coverage on it. So Kevin and his new business partner have shown up on Legion of Myth a couple times. They actually showed up on my channel once. Yes, Mundo, we do need to do that because I need to get you. Well, I need to do that other Spiky Bits unboxing. I need to get you your Spiky Bits stuff too. I think I owe you other stuff. Don't I owe you other stuff too? Anyhow, so what you do for the surprise box, Francois, is you actually put in. They want you to give them a list of like 10 different books that you're interested in. And you're gonna get, in my experience, about 4. If you're interested in trying a game, if there's something that you really, really want, like there was one, like, so I'll get a few, I've gotten a few the last couple of years because I'm rebuilding a collection, and whatnot. And so, so there was like one book that I really, really, really wanted, and so like I just like super highlighted, marked, notified, said, look, I really, really, really want this one book. Don't care about the like the others. Like I would, like I understand it'll come off the list. Nothing specific, but I really, really want this. And they honored it. I mean, it wasn't anything like super rare. It was the Compendium of Modern Weapons. So it's not like it's a super rare book. It's one that they had in stock. I wasn't making an unreasonable ask, a rare ask, or anything like that. Anyways, and so yeah, so you give them the list of like 10, you'll get like 4, and then but then also like I said that I'd like miniatures because I do miniature painting, so they sent me that. And last year, I still haven't painted it up, although he is sitting here ready to go. They sent me a glitter boy, which I need to paint up. So, oh my gosh. Ugh. That has been such a pain to deal with. Well, lets me know I need to repair that. So, but I'm like, yeah, I'd like miniatures, and they're like, cool, have some miniatures. So, if you are interested, it is absolutely a good deal. I highly recommend them. Super nice guys. Ooh. So, I'm debating what I want to do on the Glitter Boy. So, obviously the default answer is Chrome. Like, okay. There's a reason this is called amateur painting time. Okay. You'll notice I'm not doing lots of highlights. I'm not doing tons of dry brushing. I rely really heavily on washes. You know, things like that. It's partly because I'm lazy. It's partly because that's just not how my brain thinks. Like, I don't need them to be museum quality. I just need them to be I want them to look good and playable. Cody, it's you, bro. Number one, I will always try to remember to shout you out. I'm sorry, I'm always bad at it. But I absolutely will shout you out. And yes, Palladium is great. I'll address that here in just a second, Cody. Because other people might be interested too. That's what I'm going to talk about. Anyway, so I'm not very good with non-metallic metals. Another problem I have with non-metallic metals is that it's very directionally important. Like it looks good. Like, I've painted it so it looks good when I'm looking at it like this. But if I'm looking at it like this, well, now all those perspectives that I've forced into it have changed. So I'm probably like in my head, I will use like a really, really bright silver. Mostly because you can't really do the chrome aspect of it. Francois, playing in my game. Anyways. But with that particular one, because it's a chainsaw, I don't know why they did a chainsaw glitter boy. Whatever. I don't even know where the glitter boy with a chainsaw came from. I was actually considering doing that one in like a camouflage pattern because they actually have another resin glitter boy where it's the cannon up and over the shoulder, and it's more the quote-unquote traditional glitter boy. And so I'm probably going to wait till I get that one to do it in chrome. This one I was sort of thinking like a jungle camouflage. Not that, I mean, it's a glitter boy, I get it. They're known for being chromed, but I also think it would be kind of cool to see one in camouflage. So that's what I'm going to do that. All right, so Cody, answering your question. So this right here, all right, monitor right here, okay? Webcam I am pointing at. That's on my face because I'm not interested in a paint, like somebody painting where all I'm seeing is the miniature. Glitter boy. Oh no, David Bowie. Oh, I'm just kidding. OBS lets me run multiple camera setups. So I've got everything piped into that. But then right in front of me, so right here, which is also, you know, right here. So I'm pointing, you know, I'm pointing in the two locations. Is a DSLR camera set to manual focus, because if I do autofocus, then when I'm holding the miniature, it's constantly, because like I've got the miniature here, but then the table down here, and so it's constantly refocusing, and it was really annoying, really frustrating, and I didn't like watching it, let alone other people probably didn't like watching it. So I set it to manual focus. I can zoom in, you know, like I'll just zoom in manually, and then I'll use the little focus dial on the lens to set my focal length. It's not always the best. Yes, sometimes like I'll end up doing something where I haven't focused the camera properly. But because also like I'm not always painting looking directly at the miniature. Sometimes I'm painting looking at the screen because I want to read chat or I want to be able to speak into the microphone. And so being able to see, you know, how I'm painting, how people see what I'm painting, sometimes I do that too, which is very strange. Anyways, I'll send you some pictures later, Cody. And hey, Six World. I just realized I never shared this out to Twitter, which few people usually show up on. So yeah. What's overrated, Mundo? My paint streams? Yes, my paint streams are absolutely overrated. I don't know why all you weirdos are here. I'm here because you're here. Because, I mean, if you weren't here, I don't know why I would be here. Oh, non-metallic metals is overrated. It's a technique. You know, in certain situations, I think it's great. You know, it lets you define your light source. Marshall, I am really bad at supporting I'm really bad at supporting that Discord. I'm really bad at supporting any Discord. Mostly because I hate the Discord format. I really do. I work nights, so I'm already on a weird schedule. And so it's like I miss all the conversations that are going on. And I don't want to have to scroll back and read it. So, Coco, that is a little strange because they always specified that that they were chrome. So not sure where you got gold from. But that's fine. That's fine. There could absolutely, I, you know, who am I to tell you how to color your glitter boy? Yeah, Cody, you're right. All texts have their place. I'm kind of with Mundo as far as like for play models. Because again, you can't control how somebody's going to look at a model. And then it can look weird if you're not looking at the model properly. But if I'm doing a display piece and like, okay, you know, this model is looked at from a 37-degree angle. Okay, well, that, you know, makes a lot more sense for why you're focusing your painting style to draw eyes that way. So, and if you want to paint your whole army non-metallic metal, go for it. I don't know. Again, this is amateur painting hour. You take my advice for what it's worth. You still paint like it, dude. I'm pretty much just there. I've not changed a lot of my paint styling since I got into 40K in 98. But like it has to be techniques that I'm going to get done in a reasonable amount of time. If I'm going to spend 3 days hand painting a sigil on, perfectly layered, nope, not doing it. And with battle mechs, actually, I would say I paint like it's 95 is close, but actually probably closer to 91, 92. My first battle mechs, I would paint them black, some black spray paint, and then I would just pick some of the armor lumps, and just paint them color. And I had all different colors. I had a red one and a blue one and a yellow one and a green one. Because I didn't understand unit coloring. Yeah, no. There's picking up more techniques, but again, it's just okay, you might relate to this, Cody. The way I call it is factory floor painting. Okay, all of my stuff looks like it just came off the factory floor. I don't have a lot of highlights or dry brushes. I do washes to pick out the detail, the details in the cracks. But that's about it. So, but yeah, it looks like it just walked off the factory floor. So I call it factory floor painting. Francois. Okay, so burned out former coalition juicer. Okay, so clearly you've gone through detox. Otherwise, why would he be burned out? He'd be dead. Yeah, exactly, Mundo. That's, you and I are absolutely on that same page. Yeah, Marshall, exactly, I trust me, guys that do that are amazing. Oh my gosh, a friend of mine. Oh, jeez. He is such a good painter. Actually, I have a lot of friends who are really good painters. But a friend of mine, he'll send me stuff, and it's just, it is. These minis are dressed to the nines. That's the only way to describe it. They're gorgeous. That's actually really cool, Cody. I've known people who entered Golden Demon. I think we entered Kim in Golden Demon one year. I think we did. And it was like I'd been into Warhammer less than 6 months. And we went to Games Day Baltimore 1999, and she had some medals, some of the old Metal Sisters of Battle, and I remember she'd painted the face pretty well, and like it actually looked like the sister had like blush on her cheeks. I don't think we have the model still, which kind of irritates me now. And I think we entered that in Golden Demon. It didn't pass the first round at all. But if I remember, I think we did. Anyways, it was wow, that was a long time ago. I am so old. And the worst part is, if I asked Kim, she probably wouldn't remember. It was 25 years ago. Ooh, all right, Francois. So he's on the run. Just can't keep his anger under control. That's an interesting concept. So why is he so he's just doing the adventurer life, you know, to stay out of the coalition clutches? Oh, and also Marshall, yeah, the dirtying him up, like the extent of dirtying him up is a wash. Because I'll usually use Army Painter Strong Tone. And so it's got kind of a brown tone to it, so essentially that's how I dirty him up. Oh, speaking of land and sea, since you are over here from there, what do you think of the progress on the graphic novel? I'm rather happy with it. I need to get Scott on the channel. We've talked a couple of times. Just scheduling has been bad. I've not read the preview yet. I'm actually behind on the novels too. They haven't got them out in audiobook. I don't know how I complimented you, Mundo, but you're welcome. I think you just mean us staying on the same page. Yeah, the cut, like, dude, that whole thing is looking really good. I'm a little annoyed that they didn't do better in the crowdfunding campaign. I mean, I realize it's still open. but like seeing the art should have hopefully got more people. That's okay. I've had Blaine and Brent on twice. 3 times? A lot. I like those guys. Yeah. Brian Shaw, now that guy's a good painter. But yeah, I just struggle reading the paperback. That's why I'm waiting for the audio. Like I've got this book that I'm reading, which is funny because I could just listen to the audio if I wanted to, but I'm making myself read it. And it's literally taken me like 2 months. But I'm reading it because it's a church-related book, and so I want to get more out of it as opposed to just absorb it off the audiobook. My personal favorite for the cover, well, okay, I don't think I picked the best cover. No, not World's Strongest Man, Brian Shaw. No, he was a local guy. He's a lawyer now. So I don't know how much he plays. I know he does. But he also lives 3 hours away. So never. Man, I am sweaty today. Holy crap! Sorry, folks. The cover that I picked, though, I picked the Brent Evans cover. I don't think it's the best one, but it's Brent. I've known Brent for quite a few years now, and so it's sort of a loyalty thing. Like Brent wouldn't have cared either way. I did refuse to buy all of them. Oh yeah, that's what it, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, I'm not buying all of them. All the covers. Okay, I have to clean some of that up, but we'll come back and do that later. I just need to get these first layers of dark silver on. Yeah, Mundo and I actually go back quite a bit, so we can throw some names at people, and we'll remember them. Yeah, I get that. I don't even really have a local comic shop that I like. I'm kind of a turd lately. Like, there's a couple of shops here in town that I don't mind, but in general, I don't really go into the game store much anymore. Most of my playing, we just play the games at home. Francois, that was awesome. 30 years ago, my juicer was a rat man. Had problems getting into armor. He'd rather play the AWOL Eversor assassin that killed his extraction team in a hallucinogenic drug-induced frenzy and is now forced to chum around with degenerates. That's awesome. That is an absolutely fantastic character background. So, yeah, like 3 sentences and you've told me background, why he's doing what he's doing, you know, essentially what he's hoping to get out of it. Now the big question is, how long has he been a juicer? Because remember, juicers have a time limit. 5 plus, I think it's 1d6 years. Maybe it's 1d3. Whatever it is, it's like you gotta clock. So, you know, unless he went through detox, he was not a juicer 30 years ago. Unless it's out of like Juicer Uprising, and I think they've got like a less effective non-life threatening juicer. But I don't remember. Oh, 30 years ago was the last time you played Rift. Okay. Sorry, the way that you wrote it made it sound like the character was 30 years old. Cody, that's because you're cool. Cody played a ninja juicer who ran out of time, got detoxed, and then became a mystical ninja. Like, okay, I know everyone kind of complains about Rifts that it's Gonzo or it's Clown Shoes or, you know, it's ridiculous. But I gotta admit, I think, Mundo, real quick to answer your question, absolutely it would. 1000%. Even when I was doing the Star Wars Choose Your Own Adventure, absolutely it is. Even doing the deep dives that Seraphis and I are doing for Eberron is like skirting the line. The advantage on that is the fact that we are adding a lot of commentary, so it should be fine under fair use rules. But ask anyone who's ever tried to cover anime on YouTube, and it doesn't matter. So, like Palladium, Catalyst Game Labs. I'm going to do some deep dives on their stuff, and I don't think I'll have any problems. But they're also smaller companies who will probably appreciate the coverage, so it's fine. Or so they probably won't say anything. I know with Palladium, because I need to start doing some stuff with that too. I have researched it, and I think they would be fine as well. Because again, it's coverage that they're not going to get. Like Wizards of the Coast is going to get coverage just by existing. Games Workshop is going to get coverage just by existing. And when I say coverage, I mean they're going to get a good amount of coverage. Yeah. You know, like Games Workshop, Wizards of the Coast, they don't have to send out review copies, things like that. I mean, I know they do, but it'll still get covered. So Francois, it wasn't. No, I know Juicers. It's a like there may have been something for Overdose as well, but I know the big thing about them is that they are literally running on a clock. And I know it starts at 5 years. And it's some variable beyond 5. It's like that's one reason that you play a juicer, because it's like well, I'm dead anyways. Let's keep going. But then they came up with the rules for detox, because let's be honest, nobody wants their character to die. So they gave people an out. But it does also get harder the longer you've been a juicer to do the detox. So, anyways, but yeah, so I've got some ideas on how I want to cover Palladium. Because it's also not as easily configured for doing deep dives like I'm doing with Seraphis. So like they don't have chapters. Okay, Seraphis. I didn't say characters shouldn't die. I said nobody wants their character to die. There's a difference. And especially with something like a juicer, where there's a built-in clock. You know, in 5 years, your character will die. You know, it's not a maybe or there's a possibility or just keep rolling on this chart forever. It's a, you know, at 5 years, you know, you get plus 1d3 extra years, and good luck. So, you know, if your juicer died, you know, in a blaze of glory, in the middle of combat, nobody would care. It's like, yeah, sure. But it's like, oh, I'm coming up on the clock? Oh, that sucks. I like the character. I want to keep him going. And so they've got the detox rules. Now, admittedly, you were playing a juicer. You knew the clock was there. But they also put some decent roleplay stuff in there. Like, if you're a detoxed juicer, you are not a regular juicer. You do not have the capabilities of a regular juicer. So, so they give you some good trade-offs. I mean, say what you will about Palladium, Kevin understands what role-playing is. You know, and while everybody looks at Rifts as sort of the, the Munchkin power gamer fantasy, Kevin put thought into it. There's a reason why everything is there. So, it's also not easy to back out of that. That's the other thing. It's not even a guarantee to back out of it. Maybe you decide to detox. Guess what? You can still die. Oh, absolutely, Cody. And for me, I think, so I mean, part of the issue is just not getting to play very much. So for me, it does always kind of come back to, yes, I realize I'm being kind of sloppy here, but is all going to get painted over by Canopy anyway, so I'm actually not too worried about it. So like there's still really good story options for doing that stuff. So like even it basically like, okay, mechanically it might not be the best, but there's a great story behind being able to detox your juicer. You know, maybe you signed up as a juicer to get money for your sick baby sister. Well, now she's healed. And maybe you can survive and get out of the contract or something. You know, maybe you don't need to die. I don't know. But even with mechanical flaws, come up, break. Okay, you know what? I've not had anyone specifically request one of the figures. He's in the pile. He's in the pile. I've just been kind of like moving along. Hold on, I need to. I'll get there. I get there. I promise. I just noticed something. I didn't put a whole lot of metal on this guy. Like all of his joints are nice and secured. Didn't have a whole lot of place to put some metallic, but I just noticed his laser on his head. So I'm gonna put some on the barrel. And warning, Jonathan, this is batch painting, so I will work on the Jenner, but he ain't getting finished tonight. Holy crap, how about it's almost 2.5 hours. See, if y'all get me going and jabbering, which is Kim's favorite, by the way. The more you get me to jabber, the longer the paint stream goes. Which means you should comment. Ask questions. Wait while I look up something. Okay. I don't need that. Oh, wait. Why do I have two of these open? Oh, that's why I have two of those open. There we go. Someone took a vulture and slapped a Starship Enterprise on. That's not wrong. No, I gotta say, I'm actually pretty happy with the 2Cs. Most of them are good. Like, the Shadowhawk, I'm not a big fan of. Mostly because of how plain it is. You're wrong. You could always go get some old MechWarrior figures. Use those to play some Alpha Strike. That puts it at 15 millimeter. There's a lot of good 15 millimeter terrain out there too. Because yeah, technically BattleTech is at 6 millimeters, so you're looking at about, you know, 40% the scale. Oh, that reminds me. I need to that you made me think of the mech scale game that we did. It was still BattleTech, but it was on mech scale terrain. But with Christmas coming up, that means my brother-in-law is coming down, which means I need to schedule another game while he's here. Favorite design? I honestly don't have one. I am partial to assault class mechs. Because lots of armor, lots of guns. Stomp the crap out of most anything. So, I do, Cody. I do. Give me a second. I need to catch up on chat. Mundo says, in my early days of D&D, I charged a small dragon with 1 hit point. The GM thought I would just run away like the remainder of the party and allow an NPC to die. Not this paladin. The GM did divine intervention. You scared the dragon away, saving the NPC. That's actually good. See? Like, okay. I can see both ways. Okay, first off, the GM's a little lame for pulling his punches. A little bit. But as a paladin, calling divine intervention, I'm gonna go with that one. That's still a good call. I know I've argued on the 4-Color Cafe and stuff for character death and GM shouldn't pull his punches, but that's still a good story. So I would do that. Anyway, so as far as live streaming a game, number one, the big issue is current setup. So this table, like the cutting mat here, is 12 by 18 and really doesn't fit in the camera fully zoomed out. A normal BattleTech map is about 17 by 22. So already I don't have enough room, just based on that. So I keep talking about needing to do a table upgrade. I would like to point out there was supposed to be a Star Wars game back in June. And things kind of went. Anyways. And I'm still absolutely... Okay. I am not telling anyone to stop with the jokes about, hey, Brian, you going to run a game? Hey, Brian, when's your Star Wars game going to run? Brian, what about that Rifts or G.I. Joe game you want to run? When are you going to run those, Brian? I am not telling you to stop the jokes. I understand that they are jokes. I understand you are all friends. So, whatever I say next, do know that I come at it acknowledging that you are all my friends and you are all just having fun, and I am playing along. Okay, and I realize I'm sounding really super whiny right now, but I promise that's not what it is. Okay? I just want you all to know that is what I think. I am terrified of running an RPG. I am literally terrified. terrified. I shouldn't be. I have wonderfully supportive friends. Absolutely. Absolutely wonderfully supportive friends. Okay. So I totally understand that this is a hang up that I've got. And unfortunately, it is one of those things that you can't just like sit someone down and say, okay, you're running it. You know, it just doesn't work that way. So, anyways, that's why I haven't run a game. That's the real reason. Even with anything else, because there are those of you who know some extra behind the scenes stuff, and we're just going to leave it at that. But even with that extra stuff, just realize that that's extra. Hey, Dr. Death. If you want to know the reason why I haven't run the Star Wars game, or I haven't run the G.I. Joe game, or the Ninjas and Super Spies, or Rifts, or whatever, the reason is because I'm terrified. Okay, Seraphis, first off, I asked if you would be willing to do it, and you said yes. At least that's how I remember the conversation going. If it didn't go that way, I'm sorry. But also, you do run games. I don't. Partly because of the terrified thing. I'm terrified that it won't be fun. I'm terrified that I'll look like an idiot. I'm terrified that I will not be creative. I am terrified that I will set such an expectation and disappoint everyone. I am terrified that no. Coco, I told you you could keep making the jokes. I specifically said that. I'm not telling you to stop the jokes. I'm telling you where I'm coming from. You know, when you make the jokes, I will laugh. I will acknowledge it. I will still struggle to get over myself and just do it. And it's hard. It is hard. It is really hard. It is. And I know Mundo, and I know what Mundo's going to say when I say this. I know what pretty much everyone else is going to say. But I struggle with self-esteem and positive image, or positive self-image. I generally consider myself a failure at most things. Sorry for dumping on all of you. I get it. So it is hard to it's hard to make myself get out of the comfort zone that I've made for myself. You know, one of the primary reasons that like even the reason I paint like I do, it's good enough for me. And that's fine. But I will still react when my friend sends me a picture of a wonderfully painted Fellowship of the Ring. All of them. The whole 9 yards. All the hobbits. Gandalf. Everything. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna show them off because I can. And it's fine. Let's see. Minimize that. Present that. Share screen. Share screen. Window. Look at these. I do think its bases are a little big. There's a little too much stuff under there. Look, he did eyes on the hobbits. He did eyes on Boromir, but, I mean, that's Boromir. There's Aragorn. Hey, look, some non-metallic metals. Speaking of, Gimli, Legolas, Sam, Gandalf, Frodo. And as I'm zooming in and looking at these aren't even his best work. This is probably like an hour each on all of these. These are beautiful. And I don't look at mine the same way. Anyways. There's my pity party for the day. I'm sorry, folks. Look. Jonathan, there we go. There's some Jenner action for you. Bow chicka bow wow. He's gonna get a lot of wash. We're gonna have to do some cleanup. Do the laser bits. No, we'll come back with more colors later. What are you laughing at, Seraphis? I don't know where everyone is because there's a stupid delay. Sometimes I wish I could just be like, hey, YouTube, I don't swear on stream. Do I have to have a tape delay? Oh. Yes, exactly. That hot Jenner action. tape delay in case of wardrobe malfunction. Dude, if I have a wardrobe malfunction, things went horribly sideways. Horribly sideways. I apologize to all of you in advance in case there ever is a wardrobe malfunction. No one needs to be subjected to that. Ever. Seraphis, it's 40 degrees. Go put a sweater on. Because I explained the joke so that way it's even funnier for everyone. He's in Australia, where it's summer, and they use Celsius. So 40 degrees Celsius. Put on a sweater. Get it? I'm not funny, folks. I don't know why you're here. I'm in a groove, but I need to stop soon. I swear, folks. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to suffer through this. I'm here under court order. Apparently, I've compelled everyone to be here today. Ugh, and I need to paint an Eberron figure. Because I didn't do a giveaway on Wednesday. There, I'm just going to have to clean up that brown. Seraphis? Don't tell half-truths. Never mind, I can't make that funny. I'd be lying in front of the freezer. I couldn't do that to you, Seraphis. I couldn't do that to me. I have few enough friends as it is. Okay, I said I'd get Grim to kill. Let's be honest. Sunday night, she'd rather you come to bed sooner anyways. Kids are going to be up. She's got to go to work. Okay. All right, folks. I'm currently, like, I don't want to quit, but my brain, it's weird. Like, I could keep going, but I also don't want to. I'm going to make myself stop. Wow, I can't believe I've gone almost 3 hours. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Seraphis, brain down, restart needed. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. All right, I am gonna quit for the day. I'm going to try and do this other video for tonight. I don't know if I will get it done. I still need to do Mundo's Spiky Bits unboxing second one. I might get that done too, but I haven't responded to comments for a while, but I've read all of them. And from the dropship review that I did a couple weeks ago, tons of people were talking about a mech scale dropship. We were talking about a mech scale dropship earlier today. I got my buddy to send me pictures of the one that he did, and I'm thinking about making a video talking about that and just what are the advantages, what would be cool about it, but then also what is the problem with trying to actually make one of these dumb things, even though I really, really want to. So, I'm going to try and get that in today. Might have to push it off for next week. But we've got Eberron coming up on Wednesday. I've got Rift stuff to talk about. I've got more miniatures to paint. I got things I can do. So, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the like button. One last thing I will ask for. I don't normally, but I will. Black Friday is coming up. If you're going to be shopping on Amazon, I've got an affiliate link down below. It doesn't hurt to use that and then kick a little bit back to the channel. That way I can buy paint, buy miniatures, buy Palladium surprise boxes, whatever. Also, it does help offset some of the costs when I can do the member giveaways. Right now we are at 10 members. If you want to join in, there's only a single membership level. It's $2. If I have at least 10 members, I will paint and I will send away a miniature to one person. It's a net cost for me as opposed to revenue generator. I'm just trying to offset it so that it's more neutral. Anyways, so Amazon affiliate kind of offsets when I have to pay extra for shipping, things like that. So if you're interested. Other than that, if I don't talk to you, if you're in the United States, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. If you're not in the United States, you know what? I think this is a wonderful tradition that could be recognized worldwide. It doesn't have to be an American thing. Figure out something that you're grateful for this week. Okay? A friend, family member, your home, whatever it is. And just express your gratitude in my case, I'm a person of faith. Express to God. If you're not, maybe go express the gratitude to somebody who helped you get where you are. Get your house. Get your family. Whatever it is. Just be a little grateful this week. And Seraphis, now I am telling you what to do. So boom, do it. All right, there's my rant. Everybody, thank you. I appreciate you hanging out with me, keeping me going, keeping me talking. It was a lot of fun. And Seraphis, you're a turd. So have a great day, buddy. Bye.